Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to our second video. Sorry. So this video will be totally on knowledge about physical file and logical files. So any of you who is watching this video has not has seen the first video which I made. You might find something useful on that video, like installing AS400 system emulator on your PC and getting a public IBM username. So if you want to go through that, then I will be leaving the link to that video in the comment section and in the video description. Do find it, and let's get started with this video. So basically, in the previous video, we saw that we have to type work member PDM to enter into this screen. So now in this screen, what we have to do is we don't have any members in this file. This file, this is our source file. This is our source file, this is our library. In our source file, we don't have any members here. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a physical file. So what do you mean by physical file? A physical file is nothing but a file that consists of physical memory in the system. And what is logical file? The physical file name itself suggests physical, which means it will consume a certain amount of memory in our system. And what about logical files? Logical files is just the representation of the physical files. It will not take any physical memory in the system. It will just be a logical representation of a physical file. So basically, we have to link the logical file to our physical file through a keyword which I'll be showing you today. So let's get started with the physical file. So how do we create a physical file? To create physical file, we have a command called crtf. Then we hit F4. So here you can see file. And another method is you can just hit F6. So if you find here F6, F6 means create. So you will be taken to this screen. Here you will give your physical file name, say such as PHYFILE. Then source type is our physical file, which means PDF. So source type will be PDF, and text description you can give is my first physical file. My first physical file. Hit enter, and our file will be created. So this is our file. So we will come out of the screen. So this is our physical file which is created. Here our physical file is created. Now we can go ahead and open the physical file with option 2 in edit mode. We can write here I means insert a line. To insert a line you have to hit I. Now there is a concept of record format in physical file. What the record format means is it is a name. It is a name by which the fields of these files will be shared. It is a name by which the program, the COBOL program or RPG program, whatever it is, a record name by which it will recognize this physical file. So we will, what we do is to define a record format, we write R, then we give R means record format, and then we give the name for the record format. We can write PHYREC. Okay, position. Okay, sorry, I think it will be one here. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so this is not free format. So basically, you have to keep in mind the positions when you write things in files and in program. So basically, this is our record format. Now, what we can do is we can insert another line, and we can under the below this we can write some field names. Say for STUD in a student name. And what you can do is if you hit F4 on the student name, it will show you a bunch of specifications. You have given student name, you can give a reference field. What is reference field? Reference field will come back later, but actually to be in one liner, reference field is a field that is taking the reference from another file. So basically we'll cover this topic in another video. This I have to explain separately. So the field is nothing, the length of the field. student name we give 30 character field. Data type we will give A. A means alphanumeric. There is no decimal points, nothing. And function is used for, you can give some column headings, you can give some specific keywords and all, everything. You can go search the web for keywords for a physical file and all. I will be discussing later on, but this is the basic of physical file. So let's hit enter. So here we have student name of 30 characters length. Now if we add another field, RP means repeat, you can just type RP here and it will repeat the same. Student mark, sorry, student mark. Now this will be two character, no, not two character, this will be a three. The length of this will be 3 and data type will be numeric, so it will be blank and no decimal position, so we'll hit enter. Now suppose there is a concept of key field. Key field means whenever you are going to read a file through any programming language, so there will be a concept of key fields. So but what does the key field do? You have to move a specific value before reading a file. So if you are ever going to read a file, you have to move some specific values to the key field before reading the file. So in that case, you will be required to have a key field in your file. So basically, to define key field, suppose we want to make student name as our key field. So what we'll do, we will copy and we'll paste it after here. And to define this as key field, you have to just type in a key over here and it will be done. So now this is your key field. Student name is your key field. Now let's save this and get out of here. So this is the basic structure of a physical file, and this is how you can create a physical file and how you can enter different fields. You can have as many number of fields as you want in this physical file. So there are there are some keywords for physical files like FIFO, FIFO, LIFO, LIFO, and all these things. First in, first out order, last in, first out order, and everything. You can just go ahead and study those things. And now for the LF part, again we'll hit F6. We'll write PHYFILE LF. This is our logical file. This will be LF. We logical file for P5 and enter. Let's quit it for now. Let's open the logical file. Right now we cannot open the logical file because there is no records. So in order to put records, just open in edit mode. Again similarly put I. Now this is the logical file for your physical file which we have just created. So to first thing first, the record format again. The name of the record format will be same as of the physical file record format. So physical files record format was PHYREC, so it will be same. Again, now one question is how are we going to link this logical file to our current physical file? So there is a keyword called p file. After this p file, you have to give a bracket if your logical file is in the same library as of the physical file. Like for me, it is in this library. My physical file is in this library only, and my logical file is also in this library. So I don't need to specify my library. If suppose your logical file is in a different library than your physical file, then you have to map your physical file. You have to give your library name here. So library name. Then you might PHYFILE. So this is the basic format. So as in my case, there is no my library is same for both. So I'll be just deleting this and keep my PHP file. So now we can say that our logical file is mapped to connected to our physical file. Now one thing, whenever we are creating a logical file, we always have to keep in mind that the physical file of for which the logical file we are creating cannot have any key fields in it. If we are using logical files, then we have to define key field here. std name and we'll go back. We'll open our physical file and we'll delete the key field. So whenever you are making a logical file for a physical file, so keep in mind you cannot use key field in the physical file. You have to use the key field in the logical file. So now this is the basics of our physical file and logical file. Now there are again some basic uh, you know keywords for logical file again. So basically to study those you can just go ahead and open this site called go4as400.com. Here you can find the basics of everything: library, source physical file, physical file. So basically in the physical file you get to find everything, how to create a physical file and whatnot and everything. This is a very good website. So definitely go check this out. Different keywords related to physical file and logical file, difference between physical file and logical file. These are some important steps which you must go through. So okay, so now another thing, last thing I want to mention is, let's compile our physical file. Sorry, physical file is compiled. Let's compile our logical file. Logical file is also compiled. Now, whenever we have an object for physical file and logical file, we have to keep in mind that we cannot delete the physical file object until and unless the logical file object has been deleted. I'll repeat again. Whenever there is object for physical file and logical file both, then we have to keep in mind that until and unless the logical file object is getting deleted, you cannot delete the physical file object or recompile it. So whenever we'll go try recompiling it, sorry, you will get a prompt that cannot delete file or member of file p file file in this library. For this, this is not my library, actually my username. So whatever. So basically what you have to do is you have to delete the object first. Work obj. To work with different objects you have to search work object, and then we hit F4. Let me just copy this. Okay, let's hit F4, and my object name is PHYFILF, and my library will be, which I just copied. Let's hit enter. So this is my LF object. What I need to do is I need to delete this object in order to recompile my physical file again. Now when do you want to recompile your physical file? Suppose you have made some changes in your physical file, so you have to recompile your physical file. In that scenario, you have to delete your LF object first. And keep in mind, if you are going to recompile your physical file, so whatever the data is inside your physical file, that will get deleted. So you have to again insert data into your physical file. Now let's compile it first. See, now we can successfully compile it because our LF object is deleted. LF can also be compiled. So now what you need to keep in mind is what I was saying, I just forgot. Yeah, so entering data into physical files. So suppose you want to enter some data into these physical files. For example, it says student name, student marks you want to enter. You can either enter it from SQL. You have an option of SQL here, HTML, SQL. Here you can use your insert into. Okay, and another way is you can use this command called strdfu. You can hit enter. Update data using temporary program, option number 5. You can hit enter. Then you have to give your data file name, that is your physical file name, in our case which is phfile. Our library is which I copied earlier. I'll paste it again and I will hit enter. So see, student name and student marks. So student name is AYANSLJ. Suppose marks is 80 marks. We hit enter. Again we give something like Ram, and we give student marks as say 90. Now we come out of the session by hitting F3. This is a easier way than SQL as per me. Now let's query our file. So querying our file is very easy. Just select anyone with SQL knowledge can do this. Select star from our library name and our file name, which will be PHYFIL. See, so this is basically our uh, records stored in this manner. Okay, so now if we query the LF logical file which we just created, physical file LF, you will see that, sorry about that, you will see that it also contains the same things. Why? Because our logical file is merged, mapped with our physical file. So yeah, that's it for today. Let's keep it until here. And if you find this helpful, then definitely hit the like button and share it with your AS400 friends who are learning AS400. And definitely go watch the previous video if you want to know how to install AS400 in your system. So definitely go watch that out. And yeah, thanks for your time. I hope I was able to help you. Let's see you guys on our next video. Bye bye. Take care.